This is level 2 of Core and Lumbar Stability. You'll need a yoga mat, a hip circle band, and some dumbbells. Okay, we're going to start out on our back with some dead bugs. Take a couple deep breaths and brace your core to bring both knees up to 90 degrees. We're going to slowly extend one leg at a time, making sure we're using our core brace to prevent our low back from arching away from the floor. Nice steady breathing the whole time here. Let's do about 6 reps total, alternating legs. Alright, as you finish up your last rep, we're going to turn onto our side for some side planks. Set up with your elbow directly underneath your shoulder and both knees bent to 90 degrees. Lifting up through the hips and rib cage, holding off the ground for 20 seconds. We are going to do 3 full rounds of dead bugs and side planks today, so settle in here, but notice when you start getting tired that our form stays consistent, making sure that we're not starting to see the head drifting down towards the ground. We want to keep our spine in alignment, so keeping that head in alignment with your spine, tucked back over your body. Nice. Okay, let's flip over to that other side. Alright, second side, making sure our elbow is underneath our shoulder. We're lifting our hips up and forward. Still breathing nice and steadily through this entire hold. And coming back down, we're going to flip back onto our back. Let's go back for round 2 of dead bugs. Taking a second to brace your core and bringing your legs up, and slowly alternating reps until we've done 6 total reps here. Okay, as you finish up your dead bugs, go ahead and roll back onto your side, round 2 of the side planks. We're holding for about 20 seconds here again. Alright, last couple breaths on this side. Checking in that our form is staying stable, and let's come down and switch over. Alright, popping up on the other side, making sure that our elbow is still directly underneath that shoulder as we hold for another 20 seconds. Alright, coming back down, back to dead bugs for round 3. Last time on these, setting up our core and lifting each leg, and then going through 6 total reps here. Taking your time. If these are feeling good, see if you can extend the time that you're holding that out position. Making sure that we're exhaling each rep on the way up. Okay, finishing off your last rep here, and we are going through our last set of side planks here. Last 20 seconds on either side. And bridging up through the hips, making sure that when we're in this top position, we're nice and stable. If you want to make this last round a little harder, you can straighten out that top leg, holding it out off the ground. You could also extend your top arm, reaching up towards the ceiling, totally up to you. And one more deep breath here. And let's flip back over to the other side. Okay, last side plank of the day. Bridging up, hips forward, and getting nice and stable here. All right, as we come down from this side plank, we're going to flip onto all fours and do some bird dogs. Focusing on using just our legs today as we brace our core, extending one leg at a time, trying to eliminate any side-to-side sway. You can keep your foot pretty close to the ground. What matters most is that our low back isn't moving, and we're practicing bracing through the core while maintaining a neutral spine. Let's aim for about 6 to 8 total reps here. Taking your time. If it feels good, you can hold each leg for a little bit longer. And finishing off your last rep, we're going to do a 20-second bear crawl hold before returning to bird dogs. Same position on all fours, making sure your elbows are underneath your shoulders and your knees are underneath your hips. Bracing the core and then pressing the floor away from you and lifting your knees about an inch off the ground. You're just going to hold this position, feeling nice and stable, making sure that our head isn't slowly drifting towards the floor and that we're keeping the ground pushed away through our hands. Deep breath here, last couple seconds. Nice, and coming back down, we're going to go back into our bird dogs one more time. Again, if these felt good last time, see if we can go a little bit further with the foot. See if you can hold that rep for a little bit longer. Priority here is not moving through the back, making sure we can feel our core bracing. Let's get a couple more reps on either side. All right, we're going to do one more bear crawl hold, again 20 seconds. So holding that nice strong position on all fours, knees 1 inch off the ground, making sure that we're keeping our head tucked back, and pressing and holding here 20 seconds. Nice. One more deep breath here. And great job dropping the knees back down to the floor, and you can make your way back up to standing. Grab your hip circle band. We're going to pop that just above our knees and do a round of sidestepping just to warm up the glutes a little bit more. Nice. Once you've got the band on here, bending at the knees a little bit, hips are behind you, eyes stay up off the floor for the whole set, and use whatever floor space you've got. We'll aim for about 10 or 15 steps in either direction. All right, as you finish out your sidestepping, you can go ahead and take the band off. We're going to alternate this with deadlifts. So grabbing your dumbbells, we're going to stand with feet hip width apart and squeezing our shoulders back, bracing through the upper back as we push our hips back, finding that hamstring tension at the bottom, and then squeezing our glutes to return to a standing position. We're going to aim for about 10 reps here. Unlike in a squat, our hips should be moving backwards, not down. Your chest will be facing the floor at the bottom of the movement. Finding that hamstring tension is usually a good cue that you're doing it correctly. If you can't find tension in your hamstrings, try and play around with the bottom position and bring your hips a little higher. As you finish out your set here, you can set your weights back down. We're going to put our hip circle band back on, and we'll do another round of the side stepping. Again, we're looking for 10 to 15 steps in either direction, so using whatever space you've got there, and then we will return to our deadlifts again after. Now, if you want to make this movement a little spicier, try keeping your knees a little bit more bent, holding a lower athletic position. You can also try moving the band down around your ankles, which is always going to be a little bit harder than around the knees. Just forces those muscles in your hip to work a little bit harder. All right, last couple steps here. And then we're going to move back over to our dumbbells. All right, grabbing your weights, you're welcome to use heavier ones if the last set felt good and you've got them available. Focusing on standing tall, shoulders back at the top of every rep, and then reaching your tailbone towards the back wall. As you come back up, shoulders are squeezing back, glutes are squeezing forward. Making sure we're keeping a nice straight back, bracing through the core. This movement should not cause any lower back pain, and we should be stopping to rest or reset if we're having any discomfort. Few more reps here. Okay, go ahead and set those down. We'll take a little rest here for a minute. Just a couple big arm circles backwards. Make a little space in the chest. Take a couple deep breaths. Shake out your legs. Maybe grab some water. We're going to do just one last round of deadlifts. All right, here we go. Last set of Romanian deadlifts. Checking in with your posture the whole time, seeing if you can create a little bit more tension between your shoulder blades, and aiming for about 10 reps here. Keeping in mind as we're going through this movement that this deadlift or hip hinge position, where we're using all of the muscles on the back side of our body, our glutes, our hamstrings, our upper back, this will always be the strongest position you have. And as we're going through our day when you need to lift things, this is the position we want to try to use. Often will cause low back pain or aggravate other symptoms when we're lifting and bending with a rounded posture. So have a little check-in with yourself and see where in your life you can use this position instead. And as you finish this set, that's going to wrap up our workout for today.